there with like soap operas. It's up there. Like there's always something happening. There's always a storyline. There's always something going on. Connor's one of those guys who, no matter what it is, he's gonna know what's going on. And yeah, so it's great to have him on. And I can't wait till we get some more coaches on because it's going to be interesting because every school district is different in how they're handling things. But, like, it's the kids who are, like, hurting and suffering. Like, the coaches, they've been there. They've been through high school. They've been through all that. You know, the principals, administrators, they've been through all that. But it's the kids right now who it's like, some of whom, like, graduating seniors, like, a lot of them know where they're going. But, you know, there's obviously a huge portion that don't. But it's crazy right now. And, you know, as much information that we can provide, even if we don't have it, but if we know someone who can, as much as we can provide, I feel like it's our duty to provide it. So it was a great interview, and hopefully you guys got a lot from that, took a lot from that. And if you need any more information, you know where to look them up, you know how to find them, reach them, and maybe you want to do some more research on California recruiting in general, because the talent didn't just stop because of COVID. Like, the talent's here. It's just a matter of, okay, where's everybody going? It's like once this game of bumper cars starts back up, you know, everybody's going to be in a different position. So we'll see how it goes.
With that, man, let's go ahead and move to the NFL. Today, the NFL schedule dropped a few days earlier than what was initially predicted. But yeah, man, so the schedule's out for your favorite team. Some highlights include the Chiefs and Texans kicking off the NFL season on Thursday night. I highlighted this on my IG Live on the Good News Radio account, but, you know, the Chargers will start their season by taking on Joe Burrow and the Bengals. I don't know if Herbert's going to be starting in that game, but having two of the top three quarterbacks face off should be a great game to kind of see where both teams lie. You know, ideally the Chargers should win considering they're very talented, but who knows because they're the Chargers. They'll find a way.
And I go back and I look at the Chiefs draft, and this is because Michael brought this. He mentioned it on the IG story, one of his questions. He said, or not questions, but he said, you know, the Chiefs won off season. And if you really go back and look at their draft, after like their fourth pick, it's the linebacker out of Mississippi State was great. Ran a 4.46, fast guy, but has a history of, he might be a Vontaze Burfict type problem. But you never know. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, some people might say he was a reach. I don't think he was the best running back in the draft. You know, you got L'Jarius Sneed. That was a good pick. But when it comes to the division, AFC West, honestly, it's going to be fun to watch because I don't know who the hell's winning.
Yeah, and hold on, let me. I'm trying to pull up the Raiders schedule, but I think they opened their season week 2, officially in Vegas versus the Saints. A dome shootout. That should be a fun game to open up Vegas. It's going to be in prime time. Looks like Monday night, September 21st. So that should be an experience for sure. Other things to note from the schedule. Them boys are coming to SoFi to open up SoFi week 1. America's team, the Dallas Cowboys, will be taking on LA's Ramley. So that should be an interesting game. It's been rumored for a few years now that was going to happen, but it's officially official. Like, the Rams and Cowboys are going to be the first game played at SoFi. And then we have the other highlights from the schedule. Hold on. My computer's not cooperating. Of course.
What happens? Oh, by the way, 4 primetime games for the Raiders, all at home. That's a franchise record.
Clout chasing.
It is. But still a franchise record.
Okay, and the 49ers open up the season, the NFC champions versus Kyler Murray and the Cardinals, which should actually be a good game. But otherwise, I was looking at their schedule. Hold on. Otherwise, their schedule's kind of ass.
The Cardinals?
Like, they got the Cardinals, and then the Jets, and the Giants, and the Eagles, and the Dolphins. So they could easily be 7-0 heading into the Rams game.
I think the Dolphins are going to be much better than you just didn't give them credit for.
Yeah, but are they going to beat the 49ers?
Yeah, it's a trap game.
I don't know, man. It depends
Tua
how
is
Tua
a
looks.
better quarterback than Jimmy G was.
Which we'll get to later. But what I was going to say is, like, should Tua be wearing number 1?
He ain't wearing 13.
I don't know, man.
Who's the greatest player to wear number 1 for the Dolphins?
I just think it's a jinx. What was the last great number 1 in the NFL?
Warren Moon.
Which was what, 30 years ago?
I mean, he played in the... Didn't he play? No. What did... Wait, no. Cunningham wore 7 for the Vikings.
Michael Vick wore 1 for the Jets.
Why would you bring that up?
He had like 3 good games with them.
He was never a Jet. If Randy Moss was never a Raider, Michael Vick was never a Jet.
No, Michael Vick was never a Steeler.
Actually,
his hamstring was definitely never a Steeler.
Don't get me started on hamstrings because Jay Glazer destroyed Big Ben.
Oh, that shit was hilarious.
Fitness and Big Ben are diametrically opposed.
He said Big Ben's idea of fitness is like yoga and throwing back some beers. I was like,
going to play golf.
I was like, oh, shit, that actually sounds like the life. That doesn't sound that bad. But, yeah, man, so the Seahawks, they'll open up their season at the Falcons. And I already talked about the Cardinals opening up at the 49ers. But the Cardinals also kind of have an easy open to their schedule. They got the 49ers, but after that, they got the Redskins, the Lions, the Panthers, and the Jets. So the NFC West should be really competitive again. And the AFC West, other thing to note, they're going to be playing all the teams are going to be playing the Buccaneers, so they're all going to get a look at Tom Brady. We'll see how that turns out. But, yeah, man, honestly, it's hard to get excited about the schedule considering we don't even know if these games are actually going to happen, especially the back end of the season when it's supposed to get cold again.
And also, in the state of Oregon, they already outlawed sporting events and anything, concerts, until September. So if there's no college football there, it's going to be interesting how it's going to bleed over into other parts. Because if they're outlawing events in states already.
Well, not just that, but, if all these sports are all of a sudden trying to fit a season into the same 4 months at the end of the year or whatever, 3 months in the summer.
But I
don't know. It's weird because people are saying like, oh, the virus is harder to spread in the summer. But then they're also saying in terms of like the timeline, like, oh, we'll be farther along in January or December, even though that's when it's cold and the virus is easily spread. So I don't really know what the fuck's going to happen, but yeah, let's just say all these sports try to get it in one season, just in terms of like, resources and infrastructure, like it's going to be hard to accomplish because you're going to have all these people moving across the city and then you need, first responders and law enforcement and, a lot of these stadium employees all work at all the different stadiums, even if they don't share stadiums. So how are all those logistics going to work itself out if we're limited to one 3 or 4 month period for all the sports?
And legally, I guess this is their way of covering their asses because you can't say we didn't put out a whole schedule.
Yeah, and in some ways, from what I've been reading from the NFL, they still plan to do business as usual. So I think that's kind of the goal of releasing the schedule is making people feel like, okay, at least one thing is business as usual. But overall, like all the professional leagues have revised their actual return policies. Some of them have put like little different loopholes in them or things like that. So, but for the most part, like the secondary retailers, like the SeatGeeks and stuff like that, you know, they'll still offer you refunds. But I think the NFL, I haven't read the full details on it. I think it just depends on the team and the league. But they're all essentially evaluating their return process and seeing what they can do. So after that, otherwise, besides the schedule, some other things that came up this week. Big news. The Earl Thomas situation. You know, we were talking about it on IG Live, but why don't you go ahead and give a breakdown real quick, Kenny?
Okay. First things first. Just first things first.
Oh, man. Hey.
Okay, now I'm ready.
Now you're ready.
Shout out to the Jamaican DJs out there. So Earl Thomas, All-Pro Safety Super Bowl winner. He and his brother.
Only Texas player you respect.
One of the few. Oh, God. This is a hell of a story. So he and his brother, on his birthday weekend, pretty much set it up to where they were going to have like an orgy with some IG models. And I guess he staged a fake fight with his wife to leave.
Oh. That's really fucked up.
And yeah. And on top of that,
that's like double mistrust. Like, damn, you faking lying? Like you faking being mad?
Like,
on top of lying about
no, it could have been a real fight.
On top of infidelity?
The worst part is,
damn.
It's like it was a rookie move. Like, you leave the house making her happy so she doesn't suspect anything. You don't leave the house in turmoil that you got to come back to. That's just.
How does she find out? Did she get into his DMs? Or
there were traces through Snapchat because his wife and his brother's wife pulled up on everybody in there.
Nah.
Guns a-blazing with the blinky to his forehead. And I'm just like, what do you say to the woman?
I just hope that it wasn't a situation where like the brother and his wife have like a cooler relationship and she's like on board with it. And so she knew and then like low-key dry snitched to Earl Thomas's wife.
Yeah, this isn't the first time he's done this.
Yeah. Like if it's a situation like that, then I feel bad.
Because it's like, and what if he was faithful the whole time and he really wanted to have some fun? He's just like, fuck it, I don't care. I get to be Eskimo Bros with my actual brother. That's crazy, though.
Yeah, that's some dirty shit, though, honestly.
Yeah, well, Eskimo Bro literally is a dirty thing, so.
I don't know, man. I think if it's me, like, if I'm a football player, there's so many bad females in the world. Like, you don't need to get the same IG girls that everyone's shooting their shot at, whether it's rappers or normal people. Like, you can find some low-key girls who are bad in the cut or can keep your shit low-key and not in the Snapchat DMs. But.
Yeah, there were crumbs through Snapchat, and that's how they found them. And this apparently happened a while back.
Maybe Earl Thomas did it on his fans only page. And she got it from like a ghost burner Gmail account.
That's disgusting. That's brilliant. Because the story's out there. You can go read the story. We're just giving you like bits and pieces, but really, we're gonna break down this. Like, how does this happen?
Yeah.
How do you get to that? And his wife is gorgeous. His wife is fine as
But the
hell.
situation turned, and she basically pulled a gun on him in the car.
In the right situation, that's kind of sexy. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, Bonnie and Clyde.
My wife pulls a gun on me. She's like, I could murder you right now, and we have kids.
This ain't a Tyrese movie, bro.
I'm just saying, if that was my wife, I probably would have got her pregnant on the spot. Like,
that's a lot, bro.
It is a lot, but there's a reason why he's not dead. He managed to, like, I don't know what he said. I just want to know what he said.
My guy really thinks he's living insecure out here.
First off, Lawrence Hive. Shout out to Lawrence Hive for just tearing apart Issa Rae's life.